Hey everyone, welcome to Scott's TTRPG reviews. It's been a while since I did one of these, and I've gotten a bunch of stuff in. Excuse me, I got a bit of a cold, and I wanted to go through one of my personal favorites, which is I'm running a couple of Old Gods of Appalachia campaigns, and the most recent, I don't know what I call it, source expansion, probably source book by Shauna Germain came out. It is Dig Your Own Grave. I'll put a picture of it up on the site. You can get it on the Monty Cook website. And I want to tell you, I really like this expansion. I think it's really interesting. Kind of wish I had it when I had started my campaign, because there are pieces of it that are going to be hard to introduce now. But when I do my next campaign, we'll talk about it. So let's talk about the contents and what I like about it. So first of all, it's got an introduction where it basically says, it's a bunch of, interesting because it's done like a bunch of letters which explains what's contained in the book and what kinds of things you'll find in it. Then it goes with new descriptors and new foci. Now, no new types, which honestly, as I thought about it, were fine. It's got new descriptors and new foci, and it's got about 40 pages of them, I think, about 35 pages of them. And these are really interesting descriptors and foci. The ones in the original Old Gods were very good, but in terms of what I would classify as paranormal abilities, they were good, but they weren't like hyper powerful like what you'd see in a classic fantasy campaign. When you look at these new descriptors and foci, there's some really interesting ones. In fact, there's the ability to play a ghost in the campaign. Now you can actually play that kind of a pseudo ghost. Then they add a new thing, which is called backgrounds, and it's neat how they do it. If you're interested in adding a background, which is color text, it doesn't give you any more abilities or anything, but it's really good color information and builds your character. It's done through a choose-your-own-adventure kind of thing. So you pick a starting point, and it asks you, goes through a scenario, you make a decision, you go through another scenario, you make a decision, and you end up with a background. So it's kind of a pick-your-own-adventure background creator. Really interesting stuff. Then we have connections, kith and kin. They've added more information about creating connections to family members and community members. They added a bunch of more goods and currency information. And then it ends with 8 pages talking about running horror campaigns. Running horror is a real challenge. I run a lot of it, and it can be a real challenge to instill real fear here in players. Then they've got a bunch of additional reading. I actually ordered some of the stuff in the reading material, phrases and swears that are appropriate for the period. And that's the contents of the book. It's about 128 pages long. And what's neat about it, in terms of its contents, which I think is excellent, is it intermixes in period-related stuff like period advertisements, letters, articles. It does a lot. So it's not just a bunch of plain text. It's got some really cool stuff in it as well. So I think Shauna did a really good job of creating a bunch of really interesting material, but also making it very colorful. So that's Dig Your Own Grave by Monty Cook Games, written by Shauna Germain for the Old Gods of Appalachia campaign. If you are running this campaign or running this genre, not as a campaign, you can run standalones in it. I would definitely pick it up. If you're thinking about starting one, I would definitely pick it up. And that's about it. So, Dig Your Own Grave, pick it up. Have a good day.